My eyes are drawn to the deck of cards in his hand. No doubt he's a magician. Is there a magic club on campus or something?
Well, some people believe you can use psychic powers for luck, love, and all sorts of things.
Aren't you being a little forward?
We're going to test psychic ability for you. Is that okay?
I glance at the crowd of students around us. They all look interested in what's going on. I can't really say no, can I? I hoped that would be a choice. I guess so.
What I want is for you to think about a card for me. You don't have to make a huge production out of it or anything. Just close your eyes and block everything else out. Let it go dark and imagine the card in your mind.
So edgy. Does he have snake bites? He looks like Emos from 2012. I know. Or 2010. Yeah, I know. It's the best kind. He waits a brief moment as I think of a card.
Got it? Open your eyes.
He fans out the deck of cards in front of me. I like how this picture's moving a little bit.
Now, really focus on the energy of that card. If you think hard enough, you may be able to find it.
I frown. How am I supposed to just pick out a card?
Don't let go of that thought in your mind. Really focus on that card.
That dude in the back's thinking real hard. He's like, cool, yeah. I reach in and pull out a random card. Why not? Live on the edge, Sean.
Alright, don't turn your card over just yet.
Benito tucks the rest of the deck away.
Now, what was the card you were thinking of?
4 of clubs.
Turn your card over.
I turn the card over slowly to reveal the 4 of clubs in my hand. Oh, that's to me gasps. The crowd bursts into applause while I stare dumbfoundedly at the card in my hand. Benito takes it from me and holds it up for everyone to see.
Looks like you really are psychic, Sean.
He smiles and hands me the card again.
You can keep that if you want.
How did you... He winks and puts a finger to his lips. He's...
You're the psychic one, right?
Girl pushes past me eagerly.
Do a trick for me!
It's exactly how I wanted girl to sound.
Well, let's have a look.
Benito takes her hand and I quickly melt back into the crowd. That's enough attention from strangers for one day. I turn my gaze back to the card in my hand. 4 of clubs. How did he do that? I turn the card over a few times before I give up and tuck it in my pocket. Girl, you stole his card. I guess if it were easy to figure out, it wouldn't be much of a magic trick. Benito, huh? He looked awfully young to be in college, and he certainly didn't seem to be worried about getting to class on time. I glance at my phone again. That took more time than I expected. Exploring the campus will have to wait. I arrive 10 minutes early and find a seat near the front. I learned a long time ago that kids who sit in the front never get called on. Hopefully that rule still holds in college. This is so cheesy. I know. Behind me, I can hear a couple students chatting with each other before class starts.
She told me that Adam Eaton was in her class this morning. I didn't even know he went here.
That's our friend. Cheesy is the best type of romance.
Jealous? I wish I had a class with Adam.
I smile quietly to myself. His first day and Adam's already the center of attention. Some things never change. I just hope he hasn't gotten into trouble yet. The classroom door bursts open and Professor Kuvalt strides in.
In ancient Greece, theater was divided into 2 distinct genres, comedy and tragedy. These genres were represented by the goddesses Thalia and Melpomene.
Whoa, not even an introduction or anything? I guess not all college classes are the same. I hurriedly dig through my backpack and pull out a notebook and pen. Already the professor started to scrawl a series of names on the chalkboard. I copy them as quickly as I can, barely able to keep up. Professor Kuvalt continues his lecture for the entire hour without a pause. As he puts his chalk down, he turns to face us for the first time.
Your assignment for tonight: write a single-page summary of the Greek playwright of your choice. Due tomorrow. Include style, famous works, and his influence on modern storytelling.
He looks young and old at the same time. How? Is he gonna hit on us? No. I really hope this guy's not gonna hit on us.
There are strict style guidelines on the course website. Read them before you begin. If you have any questions, my office hours are also posted on the website.
There's a different Notice Me senpai. And he's way cuter. He turns and strides out of the room as quickly as he entered. What? The room is silent for a few moments until one boy at the back starts laughing nervously. Random, a few other students join in. We're all thinking the same thing. Am I gonna live through this class or not? I guess every professor is gonna be different. This should be interesting. Eventually, the other students relax and begin collecting their things.
I am so dropping this class. There's no way I'm doing that much work.
So rude.
Lucky. I need it for my major.
I'm surprised that someone would drop a course after a single day, but considering how fast-paced the first day was, I can't really blame her. As I exit the building, I feel a tap on my shoulder. I spin around to see the kid from before, Benito. Oh, punch
Ciao.
that chick. Ciao. What's up with you, boy? Gives me a quick salute with a smooth flick of the wrist. Hey, did you want that card back?
Actually, I wanted to see you again.
Boy, you're a little forward. We haven't even met boys yet. What for? We certainly can't date you. We still have 2 other options we haven't met.
Are you interested in being a plant?
You're gonna have to be more specific, because right now I'm imagining myself dressed as a cactus. We're so funny.
Do you want to hang out in crowds and help me do a few tricks?
I'm not really good with attention.
Don't be silly, you were great today.
Benito waves his hand casually. Why do you need a plant? Anyway, you seem to do fine on your own.
I try, but there are a few tricks here and there that require a helper in the audience. Think of it as rigging the deck.
And you couldn't ask one of those other kids because...
They don't have the right look. A plant has to be plain and not stand out. Otherwise, it's too obvious.
I feel a little deflated. No shit. And you want me because I look plain.
Well, yeah, I mean...
He freezes mid-sentence as soon as he sees my expression. I'm glad we were on the same page, girl. He actually blinks. Yeah. What a fraud. I know I'm no superstar, but telling me I'm plain is no way to get on my good side. Benito's face has almost lost its childish expression. He looks serious, and for a moment, I see a flash of thoughtful maturity.
Note to self, don't call people plain, even if you mean it as a compliment.
I'm not entirely sure how anyone would take that as a compliment.
Most people have a sort of air about them. Something that screams, please notice me. They're desperate for attention, and it shows in the way they dress, move, and speak.
This game is next gen.
But you're different. You don't look like you want attention. You shy away from it.
Oh, I thought you were doing it on purpose. There's a dating sim within the chat. I am. It's just I wish I didn't have to. I wish I was okay with being surrounded by strangers, but I'm not. Anyway, I'm busy with school. I don't know if I can really take on a job right now.
Well, think about it. I know you'd be great.
Would you tell me how you do all your tricks? Benito pauses to think. Finally, he comes to a decision.
Not all, but some, sure. You'd learn plenty from helping me anyway.
Aw, shit. Okay, then. I pull out the 4 of clubs from my pocket. First things first, how'd you do this?
Are you saying you'll help?
I'll help you once at least, so that we can decide after if we want to date you or not. He laughs and pulls out a deck of cards from his back pocket.
That trick's a bit of an obvious one, though.
He fans out the deck for me.
Every card in the deck is a 4 of clubs.
Date me, Ruffalo. Bacon, I think you're gonna be waiting for a while. I'm the true ending. Jesus Christ, you guys. Yeah, but how did you get me to think of the 4 of clubs in the first place? He winks and tucks the deck away.
You must just be psychic. Anyway, I'm sure you have somewhere to be, so I won't keep you. Text me later, okay?
But I don't know your number. It's magically in your phone. He points to the card in my hand.
It's there.
I glance down to see a phone number scrawled across the front of the card in black marker. How? The smile on his face tells me I'm not gonna get the answer today. Sorry, can you just imagine being hit on by a magician for a sec? Because that's what I'm doing. And it's like, you're just like talking to him and you're like, oh god, I wish this guy would just go away. And he's like, hey, let me give you my number. I already did. And you're just like, fuck, man. That's so cheesy. He offers another smooth salute goodbye before turning and leaping down the stairs. It does seem kind of fun to work with him, does it, Sean? Does it? But I don't know if I have time for something like that between school and working with Adam. And speaking of Adam, I spy a familiar figure with 2 strands of hair out of place. Adam! Stupid little bunny ears. At the sound of his name, he looks up in a panic, but he relaxes as soon as he sees me. He waves and jogs in my direction. What was that all about?
Sorry, I was afraid you were someone else asking for an autograph.
I poke him teasingly. Ooh, look who's popular.
I'm still not that popular.
I heard some of my classmates talking about you, though. I'm sure the whole school knows you're here by now.
I doubt the whole school even knows who I am.
You're so humble. They will soon enough.
Maybe I should go around with a hat and sunglasses to protect my identity.
I laugh and give him a gentle punch. That would just make you stand out even more. So how was your first day?
Not bad. I was late to my first class. I didn't actually know what it was.
I sigh. You know, I thought that might happen, but I told myself even you weren't that spacey.
Hey, in case you don't remember, I was putting on a concert last night in a city 6 hours away.
Oh, I remember. I was there, or do you not remember?
Oh, I remember. I also remember that you fell asleep on the bus before the rest of us.
We both glower at each other for a moment before bursting into laughter. We're such friends. It's fine. I was late for my first class too. Thankfully, the professor didn't even seem to notice. Adam rolls his eyes.
Good for you. My professor decided to make an example out of me, so I had to stand in front of the class and explain why I slept in. I don't think he recognized me, so when I said I was putting on a concert, he didn't believe me. Then some girl pulled out her phone and showed him my site, and the whole class kind of fell apart when they realized it was really me. Someone asked for an autograph, then someone else told me to sing, and a group of guys in the back started singing Late Sleeper, except the lyrics were changed to something about being Amish or something. I think Professor Koval is gonna hate me for life.
Okay. Professor Koval. My dad says he looks like a hitman.
If I die in my sleep, you know what happened.
Trouble really does follow you everywhere.
I'm not trying.
I know. I've been there for most of it, after all.
Anyway, how was your first day?
Not bad. For the parts I was awake for, at least. I was just thinking about, like, what if in Hatoful Boyfriend they had voice acting, but the voice acting was like Oko-san. The voice acting was just all pigeon noises. Anyway, think on that. It just sounds great. You guys are gonna get the bad end in chat, is what you're gonna do. Not bad, for the parts I was awake for at least. As if on cue, we both yawn.
Oh man, this tour before school thing was probably a bad idea, huh?
It didn't seem like a bad idea last spring. Anyway, I have to head to the bookstore now. I haven't bought any of my school books yet.
Same here.
Adam picks up his backpack and slings it casually over his shoulder.
Shall we go together?
Don't you have class?
Nah, morning classes only. John's idea. He said I should reserve the afternoons for work.
You too? He really does plan ahead, doesn't he?
That's his job, after all.
It is. The two of us walk through campus to the bus stop. Is the bus stop near the bookstore? A couple people point at Adam and whisper to each other as we pass, but no one approaches. I know they're not looking at me, but it's still really awkward. Adam, on the other hand, doesn't even seem to notice. Ruffalo's only a side character. Oh, jeez. No, Revlo's an unlockable character. Revlo's a secret character.